It's 11:54 p.m. So 5 minutes till 12 a.m. I just finished Prague over in 14 for Ultimate, and we have an update video to make. God help me. Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Here, and welcome back to the channel. So another maintenance has passed me. I have another update video for you guys today, and it is going to be a good one. But before we jump into that, the usual spiel: subscribe when you keep up with this type of content, like if you enjoyed this video, and let's just go ahead and roll into our usual conversation. So this is the first time you have watched my videos. Hi, how you doing? If you're asking yourself, why would I listen to this guy talk about information I can absolutely read myself, you're 100% correct. Scroll down in the video description, you'll find a link over to the site, or you can head over to ps2.com/players or ngs.ps2.com if you don't want to wait for this video to go live, and check this information out yourself. Usually everything important is gonna have a little red dot next to it. You can see we have quite a few things listed here. We're gonna go over everything that's important for you to know, and yeah, let's do it. All right, to start things off, we have the server maintenance announcement. So we have a couple of patch note things that we have listed here. So we've increased the potency for special equipment, including Mars. This is basically just keeping Mars in line with the players getting stronger, blah, 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 blah. So Mars got buffed a bit as long as your battle power is over 4950, which I assume most people's is, unless they're just using the free gear. And it might not actually be. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think there's new free gear coming, so whatever. Enemies, the following changes have been made to these boss enemies: Dark Falls Solus and Malignant Falls Solus. Extended the time the arm cores are exposed. They made them easier, okay, interesting, and made it possible to destroy parts when boss is downed and arm cores are exposed. Oh, okay, so you can break the arms now. A graphical adjustment for all high enemies has been made, so interesting to see there. They're trying to specifically differentiate those enemies versus other ones, but we'll have to see how that goes. Quests and fields made the following changes to Nameless City Exploration, Nameless City Entertainment Zone Investigation. Increase the number of Rappy Twinkles from 9 to 12. Increase the number of chances to get exploration points when obtaining Rappy Twinkles from 1 to 3. Change the probability of receiving exploration points from obtaining Rappy Twinkles, and then change the occurrence rate of trials. Basically, they're trying to make it so you can blitz through the entertainment zone easier or faster, to make it a bit more efficient of a farm. It does slog just a little bit. Change the background music for the Rappy Star Twinkle Collection Trial and Nameless City Entertainment Zone. Cool, I guess. There's probably some reason they might be using it somewhere else, but we don't really know. We'll have to see. And then change the main story chapter change the main story chapter 7 follow-up chapter and the stars fail to auto revive on incapacitation. Apparently that was a problem. I don't want to doom today. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Battle arena, change the weapons that can be used in each stage for emblem scramble. Interesting to see that PvP is getting some changes. So in Volcano Night, we're getting sword, soaring blades, twin machine guns, photon bow, and talus. And in Tokyo, we get sword, soaring blades, assault rifle, and rod. Yes, soaring blades in both. Yes, I'm happy about that. No, I'm not going to go PvP. Leave me alone. Interface adjustments. Adjusted the returning player's control guide to not appear in certain quests. Rarity of 15-star or greater has been added to the rarity settings for item drop animations, weapon and armor. Adjusted display of task progress and rewards values to include a comma per every 3 digits. Nice. Adjust the communications log, arc search, and party commands to allow the usage of the report this player function. Nice. We'll be conducting a feature test for, oh yeah, the whole MAG AI thing, MAI, whatever. People are getting really weird about that as it is. Don't really know how people are going to train the AI itself. It's a chatbot AI basically that you'll be able to converse, interact with your MAG. Cool, I guess. I mean, if you don't really like it, it's a nothing burger. This is a test, so if you're not a fan of it, you don't like it, don't interact with it. Interacting with it is going to tell the dev team that it gets people to use it. You don't want it to be a thing, don't use it. That's kind of the way they do that sort of thing. Now is your chance, right? This is how you deal with that situation for yourself. This is something that's guaranteed going to go away. We don't know that for certain. This is just a test, so act accordingly depending on the situation. And we all know someone's going to mess this up, so let's be for real here. Character creation made the following adjustment or face options. Made the following face options selectable by default in the character creation and salon menus. Face option Animatica B and C made simpleware 2 and are selectable by default character creation salon menus up to 1,000 creation data entries. That's on the PC version, so that's what it is. Items added gold prim sword and gold prim armor to the other tab. Okay, nothing really all that important. The requirements for an augmentation success plus 10% have changed at the item enhancement. Okay, so before it used to be 10 gold prim, so that's interesting. Okay, so they made it so you can just be Endemios. They're kind of just making it so it's Endemios so you can stack them easier. These gold prim swords kind of take up space, but it is what it is. Added a new item to the product list under special scratch exchange in the exchange shop. Added the following items to the product list in the exchange shop. Ark's record badge exchange. So Vol'jin Almaty, Branaga Almaty, Veracruz Almaty, Millennium Round Almaty. Added items to the product list of the exchange shop under purchase build parts. Added gold prim swords, gold prim armor as well. Okay, so this is like they're updating shops. Nothing really all that important here. I know I've read through most of this, but this is just the updating shop section, basically. Adding these in as bonus items that you can exchange for. Not exchange for, but you can exchange these for the tickets themselves. Remove the following exchange shops from the item trader. Exchange. Okay, interesting. Augment transfer and exchange type. What's going on here? Remove the following exchange shops from the item trader. Equipment upgrade to augment transfer and equipment upgrade to type exchange. They just remove. I'll have to see what this is when we get in game. We'll see when this will go live when the servers go live, so you guys will be able to see exactly how things are gonna work out. Item drops from golden rare enemies at item drops from golden rare enemies at enemy level 120 or greater have been changed to endemios, so no longer going to drop as the gold prim swords or whatever. Okay. Some items from the spring 2026 special scratch lineup have been added to the special scratch. Okay. From 6.3 clear the seal exploration task will be discontinued, and a new task will take its place. Use an alliance mag. Okay, that made it made that easier, I guess. It's just something you do every day anyways, it doesn't matter. Adjusted the cache system for personal shop item name function, make it easier for display search. Okay, so they fixed the cache. Okay. Bugs. A bug causing the following player actions to include Grim Monolith object as an attack target. Oh, okay. Where to fix the above issues. Okay, nothing too crazy. So there's just a couple of bugs. Nothing too over the top here. These are things that have been fixed, or bugs to be fixed in NGS. So bugs that are being worked on, and these are bugs to be fixed in NGS and base PSO2, and things to be addressed during maintenance, just increasing the time. Yeah, usual things. Nothing too crazy here. Let's go into the fun stuff. So going into the Shin Super Origin Festival. I feel like we always have some sort of festival going on, so we celebrate like base PSO2 and NGS on the half anniversary and on the anniversary, so there's always something cycling. It does kind of muddy the waters a little bit. Anyway, we got 150 10 times free AC scratch. These are usually very good. You can make quite a bit of money off of these. People tend to like to buy some of these outfits, so pretty cool stuff to see here. We got a 15-star weapon. We have the new Epith Iniri 4 and Decim 4 armors for those who are still using free gear for some strange reason. And we get you guys with some rings, so bring the line up, or bring the bottom line up a little bit. NGS anniversary event starting up, showing off some of the different ways things are decorated. To the Rappies, we can see the Emperor Rappy. Z-Tray will be appearing in a wedding dress. We have wedding cakes. We have wedding related things for seasonal point shop. We also have the SP Scratch with Tivista Almaty C2, excuse me, and Resurger Almaty Tivista Almaty CV2 and Resurger Almaty CV2. Couldn't say that for some reason. We have a new quest coming in. So this is Realm Investigation Ruins. So we're going back to Ruins from base PSO2. Apparently this is going through the Dimensional Rift. There's a whole story implication behind this. We'll find out about later in August. I'm not sure what this is all about, but we'll have to see. Even unique boost to stack up when you can. So the TLDR here is this is basically an exploration zone from base PSO2. They even made a 12-man. Very similar stuff here. There's also boosts you can get, and you can be in here indefinitely. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. So that's pretty dope. New Hunt Rally, Rare Infestation, Grim Monolith, Purge Trials, plus a new boss, Ruin Strider. I forgot what this is supposed to be. Sorry. Don't remember off the top of my head. We also have 15-star weapons that are being dropping. They will drop at plus 100, so you don't even have to worry about leveling them up. However, they will not have, of course, the potentials unlocked and things like that, so make sure to take care of that. These will also be dropping with maxed out fixes, so this will be dropping with Blaster for everything except for the Gunblade. They'll be dropping with Termina. That does not mean that's the only fixes they can use. They didn't specifically say it. We will test it when we get into game, but you can always change fixes on gear regardless of whatever drops. But that does mean that all of these pieces of gear will be usable and will be beneficial because you'll be able to use them as fodder for upgrading other things. If you just don't care and you're cool with using Fix of 5 Blaster, then hey, you got Fix of 5 Blaster right off the rip, so you're good to go there. You can also see that there are going to be level 3 variants of all of our EX augments, meaning you do need to get a new EX augment setup. So you do want to go ahead and go for the level 3 variants of your EX augments. That is super dope. And then of course they go new equipment with new EX augments. They talk about the Grand Illusion weapon series. This is our new like build-up weapon series. It's our first 15 stars. These will allow you to auto transfer off of them, as is the case with the Chlorodium series and up from those weapons that you were able to build up and blah, 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 blah. You guys know the usual spiel, right? It's the usual stuff. If you're new here, you don't know it. Basically, these weapons are not really like the welfare weapons, but they're the weapons that you go for when you're not going for the absolute tip top best in slot weapons. They allow you to transfer off of them for free. They upgrade over the course of the patch they release on. So you usually have 2 or 3 upgrades. They'll bring them up to power. This variant isn't going to be as strong as the Lexio. It's going to be a little bit weaker than the Lexio. We will likely see this power creep the Lexio in its upgraded format. And then, of course, its next upgraded format will bring it to a little bit below whatever the next 15 star is going to be that you can get that will not be upgradable. So pretty standard stuff here. They also talk about how it boosts critical rate, damage resistance, and lowers PP consumption. At some upgrade point, you're probably going to also add in healing to this, blah, 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 blah. It's usual thing. We've seen this happen multiple times beforehand. Now we have 3 new types of EX augments as well. Man, could they have made this any more difficult to read, making it any smaller? I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, we'll make it a little bit bigger, but so we have 3 new EX augments. Like I mentioned, we have EX Tech Arts Onslaught, which is going to give you a 1.5% potency increase. You start with 6.25. So it's one of those conditional ones. It starts a little bit lower. Usually the 0.5s are kind of like the baseline. The 0.25s are just a little bit lower than the conditional ones. So it's going to give us 6.25 with a potency floor increase of 2%. And then, of course, you got the H variant, which is the HP. So that's the 25% HP. But then you have potency plus 1.5% for 20 seconds when using a different PA or technique. So as long as you alternate or use a different PA once every 20 seconds, you're going to have that damage bonus going at all times. We have Blight PB Burst. So this is going to be a 6.5% baseline, a 2% potency floor, of course. What this is going to give you is PB gauge plus 2% when attacking an enemy's weak points and elemental weakness for 10 seconds. Now, this is actually kind of poorly worded, but basically it's going to be or, not necessarily and. So if you're attacking either elemental weakness or their weak point, you're going to get PB gauge plus 2%, which is pretty solid. And we have Blight Onslaught. So this is a 6.25. This one is going to be one of those conditional ones yet again. And this time it's potency plus 1.5% when attacking an enemy's weak points and elemental weakness. So again, this is another or situation. The difference here is that this has no timer on it, meaning that it is going to give you 1.5% damage bonus when you hit that weak point or that elemental weakness. So if an attack doesn't hit the weak point or does elemental weakness, you're not getting the bonus. You're probably like, why are you specifically saying this? Because this here, as long as you alternate PAs once every 20 seconds, the damage bonus is going at all times, meaning you can use a different PA for once and then go back to spamming your same PA, then use another PA every 20 seconds or so, and you're good to go. As opposed to this situation here where if you're not hitting a weak point, you're not getting the damage bonus. Something to keep in mind. There's 3 new ones. 2 of them are very, very heavily favored towards weak points. Rangers, very, very useful here in this situation. So be prepared to start charging people. I'm just joking. We also have Tech Arts customization and higher level caps. So we have 120 coming out, and we have Tech Arts customizations for swords, twin daggers, katanas, soaring blades, assault rifles, twin machine guns, taluses, wands, and harmonizers. Also, lightning techs are going to customizations as well. A little bit of a sigh. We're missing out on bow. We're missing out on jet boots. Missing out on, looks like, double saber. We've got no wired lance. We have no partisan. So they're doing it in batches, basically. The first round seems to be that we're going to get soaring blades is getting it, katanas getting, twin daggers, swords, assault rifles, twin machine guns, taluses, wands, and harmonizers, along with lightning techs. But there will be other rounds, of course, obviously, that will cover other techs as well as other abilities. So, bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Level cap going to 120. We already talked about the battle power boost for Mars. Nameless, we talked about the updates that are going to be happening there, basically making it a bit easier, straightforward. You get through it a little bit easier, a little quicker. New face options being added in. These are being added into the salon that you can choose them at any point in time. And then we have other new feature stuff. So yeah, the creation slots raised to 1,000, adding new things into the build or new build parts in for creative space. And of course, the adjustments for the PvP stuff for Volcano Night as well as Tokyo. There is another Nijisanji collab that's coming up as well. So if you're into that, cool. If not, totally understandable. We've got the livers, their outfits, their idols, their weapons, their body pillows. We have stamps. We have the backgrounds for your player card, we have vital gauges, and we have build parts. So pretty cool stuff there. We went over the Shin Origin Festival and everything we have going on there. I'm gonna double check and make sure there's no other bonuses. So we have the 10 times a day, 150 pulls. Pretty cool stuff there. These are usually fairly very good. It does look like we also have a Shin Origin Festival deal in the AC shop for 50 or for 5k AC, so about 50 bucks or so. Get a premium set for 30 days. Skill ring enhancement substitute plus 0. Okay, so you get a free level 1. Okay. This seems awful. What is this for? For 5k AC? Well, the good news is this isn't worth your money. Skill ring substitute plus 1 and N augmentation transfer pass voucher times 50. So it's half of a transfer pass. Realistically, and this is going to sound kind of bad, this looks like it's 5k. It's like 50 bucks just for the half a transfer pass. Granted, the other things on there are decent. You got your gamma reactor, which is still worth quite a bit. You have your preset skill enhancement success substitute level 3, which means it's a guaranteed level 4 enhancement. But with what we have going on currently with the weapons, it's not that big of a deal. And armors, you know, they'll get where they get to eventually. It's not a big deal there either. But not the best pack I've ever seen, which is a good thing. Means it's not worth you spending your money on it. But it does bring into question the lack of augmentation transfer pass vouchers we've seen recently. Use Salon to Your Heart's Content campaign is what it is. And I think that's it, man. That's nothing else that's really all that important. We also have, of course, pre-announced urgent quests. So you have those listed right here. I'm actually throwing these into a calendar for myself. We do also have some boosts going on. Here we go. So this is what I want to double check on. From the start of maintenance on the third, sorry, for the end of maintenance on the 3rd, which is, of course, today, we will have 50% earned experience and 50% earned drop rates. And that's it. That's really annoying. Again, they're waiting a week to do the proper boosts. And it's actually for premium players only. L boost. So I guess they're giving premium players a little bit of a head start of the bonuses. And yeah, I guess it's something. Usually they don't do anything on the first week, which again, I think is the dumbest thing ever. They usually wait till the 2nd week to do stuff, but at least we'll have another quest going whenever this bonus is going to go on. So again, first week is not going to have the bonuses, but 2nd week will. I think that's about it when it comes down to it. Let me double check a few things here really quick and we'll go ahead and wrap up today's video. It's kind of small, but like, to be honest, it's happened so much. There've been so many like, here's a free thing that it really hasn't even dawned on me that this has been the case. But they updated the anniversary site. And if you actually take a look down here from from February 4th, 2026 to February 3rd, 2027, the 5th anniversary thankful AC scratches are being provided. And you get these like every month. Which actually are pretty solid if you're not in if you're into like collecting every tiny single piece of fashion you possibly can. It's not gonna be as useful for you because of course you're gonna be chasing after all the stuff you can get from that. But if you only go for certain things, you'd sell out of these things. It's actually worth quite a bit of money. I've been able to make a decent amount of money on the side with all this. So I've even noticed that this has been like, it didn't really dawn on me with everything else that's been going on, everything else they're giving out for free. This is something that's extra, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got here for you guys today. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys get some great luck on getting your 15 stars. I know I will be farming mine not when servers go live, but when we go live at 8 AM EST like we do every single day. So hopefully I will see you guys there. Either way, like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to keep up with more. Thank you to the channel members as well as the Patreon members. You guys are fantastic and I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, my friends. Peace out.